time, he ran on unifying the country, but now he wants to cut conservatives out of federal jobs. That's right, President Biden's Office of Personnel Management proposed new changes to the federal government's vetting process for determining suitability and fitness. Will this overhaul test left-wing loyalty over competence? With my next guest describing these efforts as a stepping stone to undermining fair hiring practices and freedom of speech. Well, for more on this overhaul is the president of Knowledge and Decisions Economic Consulting, Michael Austin. Michael, thank you so much for joining me today. When I read this, I was shocked. This is a discrimination tactic beyond belief. Explain to us how this is going to drastically change our hiring process as we know it, and how will its effects trickle down and affect everyday Americans?
Well, sure thing. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me on. But you're right. It's a sad day for democracy when the leader of the free world wants to act like a medieval monarch. In a shocking effort to overhaul hiring regulations, Joe Biden wants to abandon that patriot question. Are you with this country or are you against this country? And instead, he wants to institute absolute fealty and loyalty. Are you with me or against me? To me, that is not leadership. I think it's a dangerous path for any republic to go down. And I think it's, well, most certainly, I think it's dangerous for that republic, and we must find a way to stop it any way we can.
So what exactly would that look like if somebody wants to get hired and then the Biden administration somehow finds out that you're against him? What would that look like?
Sure. Well, the Office of Personnel Management has proposed changes to federal hiring guidelines, and to be honest, they are about as clear as mud. They state they want to ensure potential employees have the right conduct and character, sure, but then they throw in words like indoctrination, coercion, intimidation, words that are so vague they can mean just about anything. So if you are part of a book club that has, quote unquote, as they say, unlawful aims, right, you would be out of a paycheck. So basically, toe the party line, toe the woke agenda, because if you're not willing to walk on eggshells, you're not going to get a federal paycheck from Joe Biden.
Wow, so they want to talk about indoctrination when they themselves look like they've been doing the indoctrination. You see it in schools, you see it in our businesses, etc. What can conservatives do to push back against this? Looks like it's an assault on our freedom.
It most certainly is. Well, let's take a step back. I believe there's a Civil Service Act of 1978 that says, federal hiring, federal jobs, you should not be persecuted based off of your political speech. So that's one most certainly law that we should be able to use to push back on this. But of course, let's not forget the beauty of our U.S. Constitution. Our First Amendment, of course, guarantees that we have a right to freedom of political speech, of course, in assembly, and that you cannot be, discriminated against by the government simply because of your political views. I think Joe Biden needs a reminder of that one.
Yeah, the left is so tolerant of self-expression, etc., but except when it comes to conservative values, that's for sure. Michael Austin, it was awesome to have you on. We'll definitely have to have you on again. Thank you.